Right now, we have official word from the Madison Fire Department about the cause of a business fire off the Beltline the other day. Also, a deadly shooting right before the Women's World Cup in one of the host countries, New Zealand. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in. New at noon. Police say the human remains found across the state line in Beloit Wednesday belong to a woman who had been missing for more than a week. Today, the South Beloit Police Department updated a Facebook post they originally made on Tuesday asking for the public's help in finding 37-year-old Judy Sprigler, saying that they believe the remains belong to her. Final confirmation is still pending while the medical examiner's office investigates. A cause or manner of death has not been released. Madison fire officials have determined the owner of a West Madison tattoo shop set his business on fire using a gas can and lighter fluid, causing around $300,000 in damage. Crews responded to Custom Tattooing Art Studios in the 4200 block of West Beltline Highway Frontage Road Tuesday morning. They say surveillance video helped identify the shop's owner, 71-year-old Ted Hefner, as the person responsible for the fire. Video also showed Hefner leaving the business moments before he was killed in a crash on the Beltline. After weeks of investigating a condo explosion in West Madison, fire officials say they are unable to fully determine what caused the blast. Earlier in their investigation, crews said a propane tank in a garage likely caused the incident, but since then, investigators have identified natural gas-fueled appliances as another potential fuel source. They say a 20-pound propane tank attached to a grill was left with the valve on. What ignited the gas prompting the explosion remains unclear. A Janesville man now faces decades in prison after being indicted on several drug, gun, and child pornography charges. 34-year-old Kyle Richards was indicted yesterday on multiple charges, including distributing cocaine and maintaining a drug house. Prosecutors also allege Richards engaged in sexual contact with a minor and recorded the encounter. If convicted, he faces a maximum federal prison sentences between 5 and 30 years for each offense. Let's head outside of the weather patio. Meteorologist Kelly Slifka has a look at our first warm forecast. Hi, Kelly.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mark. A really nice afternoon on the patio. A little bit breezy. You can maybe hear the leaves rustling behind me a little bit. That's behind a cold front that passed through, and that's going to keep our temperatures a little bit cooler right now. The winds are out of the northwest, west-northwest, around 10 to 15 miles per hour. They'll be up there around 15 miles per hour throughout the afternoon hours, and that's all behind the cold front. The upper level low just spinning there up in the northern parts of the state in the Lake Superior area, and that's what's spinning in some clouds as well, and eventually that'll bring in our temperatures down a little bit. We've been hovering right around 78, maybe touching about 80 today, and that should about do it. You can see temperatures up to the north are already even cooler behind that front. So we will look at low to mid 80s for this afternoon, going right through Friday into the upcoming weekend. So pretty seasonable temperatures, very comfortable in the mornings. Just slim chance of rain, it looks like, going into the upcoming weekend. The big story will be next week. Some of the hottest temperatures we've seen this summer. We're talking about temperatures in the low to mid 90s, and the heat index could be approaching 100 degrees next week. Very slim chances of rain. Temperatures today flirting with 80 degrees with partly sunny skies and that northwest wind. We will cool off fairly quickly this evening because of that drier air coming in behind that front. Right now we're sitting at 78 with that west wind at 9. That'll be up there around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Temperatures around 80 degrees. The latest drought monitor is out, and we'll have those conditions coming up in about 15 minutes.
All right, we'll see you then, Kelly. Thank you. The U.S. Department of Agriculture, Food and Nutrition, or otherwise known as USDA, is updating eligibility for meals at schools and daycares. The new guidelines say that in a house of 4 with an income of under $39,000 a year, children qualify for free meals. If a family's annual income is between $39,000 and $55,500 a year, children can receive reduced price meals. Applications are usually submitted during school registration, and only one application is required per household. Those applications can also be submitted anytime during the year. The community is giving Madison planners feedback as it looks to redevelop a Metro transfer station. The South Madison Metro transfer point at Park Street and Badger Road was decommissioned last month as part of the Metro redesign. In a meeting last night, the Community Development Authority shared examples of what could go into the new space. Some are raising concerns that it won't address the need for affordable housing.
When you take a whole lot of people who have very little needs and you pack them all into one building, pretty soon you've got a ghetto there, and we don't want a ghetto.
I'm one of those low-income people, and I rent in the area you're saying that gets shaded. Are people like me, like, bad for this neighborhood?
No.
The city says once the transfer point is gone, they'll replace a fire station and public health clinic, along with adding new housing units. Several hundred housing units are planned for the area, with some height maps allowing buildings as tall as 8 stories. A rare deadly shooting this morning in New Zealand as U.S. soccer players were preparing to compete in the Women's World Cup. CBS's Ian Lee has the details.
Scenes of chaos struck New Zealand's largest city of Auckland after a gunman opened fire at a construction site.
A guy with a shotgun in his hand, and he was aiming for people.
Police quickly secured the area before engaging the 24-year-old suspect who was killed at the scene.
Tragically, police located 2 members of the public deceased on the lower levels of the building site.
The rampage took place just hours before the Women's World Cup kicked off in the city and about 3 miles from where the U.S. team is staying.
There was lives lost, and that is very real and very devastating. So we were just thankful that we were safe.
Several people were injured in the violence, including a police officer. Officials say there's no known connection to the tournament, but there were some anxious moments for American fans who arrived to support Team USA in their first game on Saturday.
This morning it was very scary to be around in this area, but having them now contained everything and kind of figured it out, I feel a lot more comfortable being here.
I feel pretty safe. I do think New Zealand's doing a good job with security.
Authorities say they've heightened security after the shooting and that the World Cup is going on as planned. Ian Lee, CBS News.
And police say the gunman had a history of domestic violence and had previously worked at that construction site. This is the first mass shooting in New Zealand since 2019, when a gunman killed 51 people at 2 mosques. After that rampage, the county passed a law banning semi-automatic weapons and assault rifles. Well, the third largest Powerball jackpot worth more than $1 billion has a winner. The winning ticket was sold in California, and the soon-to-be billionaire was the only one to match all 5 numbers and the Powerball. No official word yet on the winner's identity, but the California Lottery reports that the ticket was purchased at Las Palmitas Mini Market in Los Angeles. The store's owner, a father of 4, is expected to also get a Powerball payout of about $1 million. Happening now, the Dane County Fair is back at the Alliant Energy Center. Admission to the fair will be free for armed forces personnel, police officers, firefighters, first responders, and a guest. Friday is Kids Day at the fair. There'll be plenty of activities for children to enjoy, including a kiddie farm featuring horses and pigs. Admission will be only $3 per person for those entering the grounds before 3 p.m. For more information, head to channel3000.com. Also happening today, the Greene County Fair in Monroe is taking place. Today is Educators Appreciation Day, so admission is free with your educator's ID. This is a 4-H fair with animal judging and auctions, concessions, cheese judging, an auction and carnival. Check the schedule for a demo derby, bands playing live music, and other special events. All grandstand shows are free with a paid gate admission or season pass. The Greene County Fair runs through Sunday. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. UPS contract negotiations are expected to continue next week. Plus, more changes are coming to Netflix. Details coming up in the Money Watch report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
3 days only. Madison's massive factory direct hot tub and swim spa show. Save up to 50% off hundreds of quality brand hot tubs and swim spas. Flexible financing. Everything must go. And Sunday at Madison Marriott West. EliteSpaSales.com.
This is Matt Gunderson. We recently celebrated the life of George. Loved by many, feared by walleye. As part of his fishing theme celebration, everyone in attendance accepted one of his favorite lures. Allow us to personalize every detail of a life well lived.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhafels. Right now, Beauty Rest Queen mattresses start at just $2.99. Or upgrade to the luxury and comfort of a Beauty Rest Black. Queen Beauty Rest Black mattresses start at just $49 per month when you use Steinhafels' special 72-month financing. Plus, you get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Steinhafels is your sleep solution destination. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
Special report.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection. Look, with Spectrum Internet, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with the fastest wireless speeds. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows.
Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows.
Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows.
From Scott the Window Guy at AHT Wisconsin Window.
I'm Scott the Window Guy from AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core composite frame triple pane window is the most energy efficient window made for Wisconsin, no matter what the season.
Get free installation on any door or window purchase at scottthewindowguy.com.
Can't get home in time to watch the news? News 3 Now is always on.
Get Channel 3000 app now so you'll have all the day's top stories in the palm of your hand.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.
UPS and the International Brotherhood of Teamsters say contract negotiations will resume next week as the clock ticks toward an end of July deadline to avert a possible strike. Thousands of Teamsters have been conducting practice picket lines to keep the pressure on the United Parcel Service. In a statement, UPS said it's prepared to increase pay and benefits while emphasizing the need to work quickly to finalize a fair deal. A strike would be felt quickly in the U.S., with UPS workers handling roughly 20 million packages a day. Big changes at Netflix. The streaming giant has pulled the plug on its $10 per month commercial-free plan in the U.S. Those already on the plan can continue to use it, but Netflix is now trying to boost its subscriber numbers and revenue by steering more users towards its $6.99 per month option, which includes commercials. And this weekend's big opening of one of the year's most anticipated films has one Las Vegas hotel seen pink and lots of it. Circa Resort and Casino is transformed into a Barbie dream hotel, complete with Barbie boxes where fans can strike a pose. The makeover of the adults-only resort lasts through the end of the weekend. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial's up 263 points. The NASDAQ, though, down 205. The S&P 500 is off 13. Pam's in next with today's egg prices, along with Kelly's forecast. And then today on Live at 4, we head to Ridgeway, Wisconsin, circa 1981 for the story of a man and his pigeon who just might be a ghost. That's coming up at 4.
It's your last chance to get Black Friday mattress deals at Ashley. Get the all-new Timber Breeze for just $83 a month. Or get this Queen Pillow Top mattress for just $9 a month, all with no money down. Don't miss. Only at Ashley.
Save 11% off everything at Menards. Check out our huge selection of Patriot Lighting ceiling fans. They make a beautiful addition to any room while reducing energy costs year-round. Get a Tisbury 2 LED ceiling fan in bronze or brushed nickel finish for $79.99 after rebate. Keep your devices powered with Energizer Max batteries. They deliver consistent performance and have lasting power. Grab a 24-pack of AA and AAA batteries for just $13.99 each after 11% rebate.
Save big money at
We need to talk about Sonobello.
We are getting rid of all of this today.
Ladies, this summer you can cover up or feel confident from head to toe with Sonobello. One visit permanent fat removal.
Look at this shape. My tummy is gone and my hourglass shape is back.
Wherever there's excess fat, we can remove it. That's what we do all day, every day.
Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good.
I could actually wear a two-piece after 25 years.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Now, with our Best Buddies summer event, you can schedule your free, no-obligation consultation, plus save $250 off instantly. That's $250 off your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more. Call 1-888-634-9939 or go to sonobello.com.
It's your last chance to get Black Friday deals at Ashley. Find in-stock doorbusters at discounts up to 60% off. Plus, get bonus discounts on clearance items and special buys. And low monthly payment options starting at just $9 a month. Only at Ashley.
From damaging drought to catastrophic flooding and severe storms in every season, the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team gives you a deeper understanding of Wisconsin's ever-changing weather with special reports that go beyond the barometer. Tonight at 6. Madison Mallards Baseball brings you a night of fireworks on the base paths, and after the game is over, don't miss the Mallards' next fireworks night, Friday, July 21st against the Green Bay Rockers. Get your tickets today. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Madison Mallards Baseball. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report, who is back in the office. Good to see you.
I still feel dusty. It was a great show, though. And remember, Farm Technology Days continues through this afternoon till 4 o'clock at the Badgers Team and Gas Engine Club grounds just outside of Baraboo. You know, it's not just about technology and farm equipment. There's a big youth element there as well. For example, I was talking to some of the folks that are doing hands-on demonstrations with kids that are in attendance. They were getting between 500, 550 kids that were doing different hands-on educational activities at Wisconsin Farm Technology Days. Talked to two young ladies. They're 12 years old. They are the Pegasus riders, and they were doing trick riding in the equestrian arena. Connor Laukrant is one of the farms that was telling people about how he's got 500 acres of rotational grazing pasture that he's been working with this year. But because of the dry weather, Connor said he noticed back in May that the weather patterns were going to cause him some problems. So some of the custom grazing that he's been doing for farmers, he's actually had to call those clients and tell them, you better be ready to pick your livestock up early. So a lot of different story ideas going on up at Wisconsin Farm Technology Days through this afternoon. Hey, I got to give a big shout out to my friends up at Gums Muck Farms in Endeavor. Compeer Financial has named them the 2023 Food and Agribusiness of the Year. Rod and Rich Gums have been farming since the early 1990s. Fourth generation on that land. They're raising about 6,000 acres of onions, potatoes, carrots, and mint. Employ about 100 people. They make up 40% of Wisconsin's onion production and handle about 20% of the state's fresh market red potatoes. Plus, their mint crop gets distilled down for oils that go into things like chewing gum and toothpaste. They are some great operators. Congratulations again, Rod, Rich, and crew, the Gums Muck Farms in Endeavor. Woo! Dairy is red hot today, folks. Dairy farmers, take a look at these numbers. Big gains. I hope that we're showing them on as far as the current prices. Actually, we're up like 40 cents on all of our milk contracts, and big gains on cheese today. Barrel cheese up 12 cents to 158.5. 40-pound block cheese up 13.5 at 172. AA butter still 2.5 cents lower at 253.5. But boy, Mark, it is nice to be able to report that finally seeing a little bit of a turnaround as far as our dairy prices are concerned. That was another topic of conversation while I was up at Farm Tech Days yesterday.
Prices up there. We had down 15, but it's up 40.
Yeah, time delay. Yep, time delay.
All right, Pam, good to see you.
See you later.
Let's get a look now at your certified most accurate forecast. Meteorologist Kelly Slifka out on the weather patio.
Yeah, pretty nice noon hour here. We got the sunshine. The only thing we have to contend with is a bit of a northwest wind. That's bringing in some lower humidity, a little bit cooler weather as well. Unfortunately, this front that's passing through now just did not produce any rain for us. And this is the latest drought monitor that came in this morning, the drought conditions. You notice there was a little bit of a bite in that extreme drought, that red shading in northwestern parts of Dane County up into Sauk County, where they did see anywhere between 3 and 4 inches of rain. We still are under that extreme drought here in the Madison area. You think, well, the grass is green. Well, it takes a lot more than what we saw last week. And unfortunately, we do not have a whole lot more rain in our forecast. So the drought conditions will continue to get worse as we go over the next several days. In fact, for the month, we're at a small surplus of just over half of an inch. But since June 1st, our deficit now at 3.5 inches, and for the year to date, we're over 5 inches of a deficit, and we are in need of some rain, that is for sure. All the rain that we had yesterday, or last night, actually fell just to our north, and as far as any kind of rain around here, some of it clipped into parts of Dodge County, saw a little bit, but only about 1/10 of an inch. They got walloped, though, up there in Eau Claire, anywhere between 1.5 inches and 2 inches, about 1/2 of an inch in the Wausau area, but it just missed southern Wisconsin. And going forward, as we go over the next week or so, going into next Friday, we're not looking at a whole lot of rain, unfortunately, across much of the state, and especially in southern Wisconsin. Maybe 1/4 of an inch, maybe a half. That might be overdoing it going over the next week or so. So our skies now are turned partly sunny, and we're looking at temperatures near 80 today, just a little bit cooler than our average for this time of the year. And you'll notice the low temperature tonight will be a little bit more comfortable because the air is going to be fairly dry. That's coming in on these northwest winds. They'll be up there at 15 miles per hour or so, coming down gradually as we go after a sunset tonight, less than 10 miles an hour. It's that battle between low pressure to the northeast and also high pressure to our northwest. The winds right in between are picking up, and that's why we have those winds today. But we're looking at partly sunny skies across most of the Badger State. We'll look at the winds today up to about 10 to 20 miles per hour. A little bit cooler tonight. Warmer going into the weekend, so we'll look at low to mid 80s. Not a problem for us. It's next week. We're talking about the hottest weather we've had so far this season. Low to mid 90s. The humidity is going to be on the increase. We could be talking about that heat index in the upper 90s, getting close to 100. So we could have some excessive heat across much of the Badger State, and that extends all the way to the south. Of course, they've been dealing with it all summer, but we're finally getting in on some of that summer-like heat that they've been dealing with all summer long. And in fact, we'll see these temperatures rise through the 80s, hitting the low to mid 90s by the end of next week. That'll be the hottest stretch that we've had so far this summer season. 78 right now in Madison, a nice afternoon. 82 in Janesville. I can definitely feel the humidity dropping as I speak. Basically 77 right now in Wanakee, 77 also in Oregon, and 78 right now in Stoughton. Probably sunny skies today as we get up close to 80, so a nice afternoon, just a little bit breezy. Those winds will gradually come down as we go through the evening, and it will cool off quicker going into the evening. First warm forecast, 57 tonight, 81 tomorrow, 84 on Saturday, 85 Sunday. Still fairly comfortable in the weekend, just slim chances of rain. And there's when you see that heat really building next week. 89 Tuesday, 91 Wednesday, 94 Thursday and Friday. Those look like the hottest days, and those overnight lows in the lower 70s.
That's when you really feel it, when the lows are in the 70s.
When you can't get below 70, yeah, it's going to be pretty steamy next week.
All right, well, we lucked out so far.
That's right.
Thanks, Kelly. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
It's tomato season, and we have an Amish-inspired recipe that's fresh from the farm. Boy, is it ever good.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Dust and debris can leave your carpets, upholstery, and more looking dull and dirty. Stanley Steamer certified technicians can remove the buildup and restore your home to a cleaner and healthier space. For a fresh start this season, call or go online to schedule your deep cleaning with Stanley Steamer today.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. We have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit vrapwi.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
Does our foam insulation save on energy costs? Listen to this.
After USA Insulation came in and put the foam in, we noticed almost immediately the following month it was about a $40 decrease in our bill. The following month after that, it was around $50, $55. So we started seeing results almost immediately after they put the insulation in.
After the installation was done, we've cut our bills in half, both winter and summer.
USA Insulation.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Now's the time for cleaner indoor air with an air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer. You've known us for carpet cleaning, but we've been cleaning air ducts for over 20 years. We do things the right way, cleaning your entire system. So if you need an air duct cleaning, call 1-800-STEAMER today.
If you have a garden or have been to the market lately, then you know we're smack dab in the middle of tomato season. This is the time of year that tomato lovers like me wait for. And since many of you are always looking for new ways to use tomatoes, we thought we'd share an old school Amish recipe that's both easy and tasty. And it goes together like this. We start by cutting a bunch of ripe tomatoes into chunks. As for the type, you could use anything from hearty beefsteak tomatoes to artsy looking heirloom varieties. To that, we add a sweet onion that we've slivered. Now, for the part that gives these extra flavor, we mix together some vegetable oil, apple cider vinegar, a bit of sugar, and a few off-the-shelf spices. This gets poured over the tomatoes and it's ready to go. We can enjoy it as is, or we can pop it in the fridge so that all the flavors really come together. What makes this so good is the farm-to-table simplicity. It's what Amish cooking is all about. Let me tell you, it doesn't get any better than this. To get the recipe for what we call Amish Harvest tomatoes, all you have to do is visit our website. I know you'll be glad you did. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with Kelly, where today we found an easy Amish way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
It's time to introduce you to our pets of the week. Meet Violet and Helen. These bonded cats are 5 years old. They start out shy but enjoy socializing once they warm up to you. Violet likes to sit on laps and enjoys receiving pets, while Helen enjoys playing with toys. They're looking for a patient family who will spoil them with lots of love. Great-looking kitties. If you're looking to volunteer for the shelter, why not open up your home as a volunteer foster? Humane Society recently redesigned their foster page on their website to make it easier to get started. It features animals currently in need of temporary care outside of the shelter environment, steps to become a foster, a link to the foster application, and more. Visit giveshelter.org/foster to learn more. Last week's pet Bella the pup and bonded dogs Cody and Spencer, featured 2 weeks ago, have all been adopted. That is great news. If you're interested in adopting Violet and Helen or all the other animals at the Dane County Humane Society, just go to giveshelter.org. Here's Kelly with one final check of the forecast.
Yeah, we had the cold front pass through this morning and bringing in some winds and also some dry air. The humidity's really dropped now over the last hour. And it's bringing in some clouds as well. You can see the upper level low just spinning up to the north. So look at partly sunny skies. We get up to 80. It's going to be a breezy afternoon and a cooler night tonight. Down to 57, 81 tomorrow. Mid-80s this weekend. Heating up next week. Just slim chances of rain for much of next week.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. Have a great afternoon.